Hey YouTube, I got a special video here for you in honor of the World War II vets. I've got a whole table full of 1911s from World War II. Now this is really cool. This is really cool stuff for me. World War II is just something amazing because I'll show you a couple variances here. Many companies made them. Now this one here I'll show you. This is a Colt. I got a couple Colts here actually. This is a Colt 1911 World War II A1 configuration. So you can see it's got the Bakelite grips on it with the arch mainspring housing. Has been checkered, scalloping United States property there. So, and then this one here is really interesting because check and clear it. This is made by Remington Rand. It's a typewriter company. That's even more cool to me that Remington Rand is it's not even a gun company. Not to be confused with Remington Arms. This is Remington Rand, which is a typewriter company that was in New York City, Syracuse. So the other thing I wanted to touch on was a lot of people didn't realize, or a lot of people do realize it, I guess, but I've heard it here and there. The grips, they're laughing at the grips, you know, all these plastic grips. Well, that's what they came with. Here's 3 different ones, and you can see they all have plastic grips. And then you can see here the muzzle is a different color. That's because of the heat treatment that they did on it. Very worn gun, blued barrel hood, what's left of it. You know, you got all the stampings and those wonderful GI sights, right? Really wonderful GI sights, but really cool 1911s, World War II vintage. You know, I got a whole table full of them. Got on a holster from there. It's worn, it's cracked, it's got a lot of character on it. And so anyway, let's show you the internal parts on one, and we'll go ahead and take it down. So I got the Colt here. We'll go ahead and do this one. Always check and make sure. You know, and the other thing about these old guns is, you know, yeah, they rattle. They're old. They're used and they've been through the service. So I'm gonna go ahead and push down on the plunger here. Move the side catch to the end. Carefully set that aside because you don't want that to go into orbit. And pull back to the first little notch there. Some of these are a little tougher to get out. There we go. Move that. And the whole slide assembly will come right off the frame. And inside here in the frame you can actually see this marked G. So these are more military markings, and then on the dust more of the frame you can see how it's machined real roughly. The war efforts, you know, they needed to get them out there. So U.S. Army A1. Move that to the side and remove the whole guide rod and spring assembly here. Actually, it's a little awkward doing this on camera. They will say in 1911s over time you want to replace this. Actually, that's why it's been hanging up a little bit. You can see it's kind of twisted up there or something. That definitely needs to be replaced. So the barrel just goes up straight through, not like a modern gun where it lifts up through here. There you can see the barrel, Colt 45 auto on there, and the slide, not too worn, not too good, not too good either, right? These old guns, but they shoot. They still shoot, they still work. Note here, you know, a lot of these got put together, and note what they call the idiot scratch going up the frame. That's somebody grabbing it, jamming it up into there to get it back into back assembled and everything. But you know, these things are just cool in general, just for what they are. Now you notice this one's a little bit different. It's got the wide spur hammer. versus like the one here on this one here. It's got a little bit of a trimmed down one. And the strange things about this is that the guns have a kind of a green look to it. I don't know what it is about them. They just have that green look. This one really is green. This one really has a more of a green look. This one's probably my favorite because it's not made by a gun company. That makes it even more cool for me that it's not made by a gun company. But anyway, there they are. You know, I just wanted to give you a good look at them. Some Colt World War II 1911s. You know, no other gun has stood up to the test of time like these babies have, right? Anyway, all together on the same table, same time, right? So a couple of Colts and the Remington Rand, my favorite. Thanks for watching. You know, you can really see on these old Colts here, the old 45s from World War II, you know, some of the features they did. They shortened that trigger, and I believe it's a stamp trigger. They were stamping them out. They put a little cutout there, the brown plastic Bakelite grips, and the checkered arched mainspring housing. Although on this other one here, it's serrated. It's a little different. So